Om. Om Ganana Antva Ganapati Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtharaja Brahmadam Brahmanaspata Anashrunvannotibhis Sadanam प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ नमः प्रणवार्धाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिनि व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ श्रीमेधा दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अस्मत्श्री गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनः भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्त्यो विधेमेति ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri 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 Satya Sai Baba Varu, the Dakshinamurti, embodiment of Dakshinamurti and Shiva Shakti. May he has bestow his grace upon all of us so that we are pursuing this quest of knowing who we truly are and to be together in that quest, to be nourished together in that quest, to work together in that quest, so that our intellects are illumined together in that quest, And in the process of that, not having any differences, contradictions, or anything that would give scope for separation from each other in that quest. This particular Aruna Prashna, Anuvakam 8, concludes with a beautiful prayer to this Agni. Here, not one of the 5 elements of the nature. This Agni is the leader, as in the supreme consciousness itself. And prayer to that Agni. Agni Naya Supatharaye Asman. O the divine effulgent one, please lead us on this path of nobility and prosperity. Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan, the omniscient or the all-knowing of all the paths. Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan, Yuyodhyasmajjuhurana Menaha. This, on being on this path of nobility and prosperity, may we be detached or dispelled from the ignorance of committing all the sins in ignorance. Yuyodhyasmajjuhurana Menaha Bhuyishtante Nama Uktyo Vidhema. We offer our obeisance and surrender to you in order to get to that, in order to be on the path of that nobility and prosperity. So after concluding this, yesterday we talked about what this Agni is. Agni is this, Atha Agnehe Ashtapurushasya. The eightfold manifestation is the Agni. Tasya Esha Bhavati. See how beautifully, how is that Agni? Is the manifestation of the 8. Is the embodiment of 8. And that embodiment of 8 is associated with the Ashtamurti. Ashtamurtihi Ajajaitri Lokayatra Vidhayini. How beautiful, Lokayatra Vidhayini. Ashtamurtihi Aja Jaitri. See, everything is pointing now. When you listen to certain words, automatically that should connect to already existing awareness about that name. Then that is true sadhana. Ashtamurti, mother is referred to as Ashtamurti in Lalita Sahasranamam. Aja Jaitri, Lokayatra Vidhayini. Yatra means journey. Lokayatra Vidhayini. Then what we are saying, when you have this Ashtamurti Tattvam constantly in the awareness, then what happens? You cannot escape from it. You cannot escape. How you can escape from Bhurambham Shanalo Anilo Ambara Maharnatha Himamshuh Puman Ityabhati Chara Charatmakamidam Yasyaiva Murtyashtakam Nanyat Kinchana Vijjate Vimrshatam Yasmat Parasmad Vibho Tasmai Sri Gurumurtaye Namayidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. As I said, Dakshinamurti is taken over with complete awareness. He is the one who is only present. There is no taking over. The mind creeps in and takes over. Then you have to keep pushing this mind away so that you stay in that awareness. Bhuh, Ambha, Anila, Anala, Ambara, Maharnatha, Himamshu, Puman. Those are the 8. Bhuh, earth, Ambha, water, Anala, fire, Anila, wind, Ambara, sky, Maharnadha, that is Ambaram, Aharnadha, that is the one who is the master of the day, which is the sun, Himamshu, moon, Puman, the individual, the Jiva, the Jivatma. All these 8 are the Atha Agnehe Ashtapurushasya. That is the reference point to that mantra. May or may not be interpreted by others like that, but that's okay. This is the experience of the self. But in the context of that experience of the self, it has to match both the Vachyardha and the Antarardha. Then only it is true. Otherwise, it can be hallucination. You cannot make up a meaning in your own mind, think that that is the right thing to say. It has to match with the context, and that is actually niruktam. Nihi uktam iti niruktam. Uktam means that is said. Nihi, in a codified way. Ukti, durukti, sukti, nirukti. Now, don't get intimidated by the way they sound. Ukti is what is said, uktam. Nihi uktam, that which is not said explicitly. For that you have to do the sadhana. Why the Veda mantras don't right away give the exact meaning? Why? Because you don't do sadhana then. It's like in the Zen Buddhism, they call them kwans. Everything is embedded so that the intellect will go in and remove the cover, which is called discover, and research. It's not research means not discovering something. What all you are doing is that's already there. You are researching it. Means what? It is already there. You are just looking for it again. And in the process, what you're doing? Discovering it. You're just removing the cover. You have not invented any damn thing. There is nothing to be invented in this world. It's all already present in this incredible divine awareness. That's a very disheartening statement for a young scientist. Arey, what is this? What that means is, when you are totally present to something, it reveals itself to you. Yachandasam rushabho vishwarupaha chandobhyodamruta. That mantra, what is saying? Brahmana koshoshi. It is already hidden in this kosha, the sheath of Brahman. Using your intellect, you discover. So that cover after cover after cover, you are removing. Sheath after sheath after sheath, you are penetrating from the Annamaya, Manomaya, all these koshas, and even Anandamaya kosha. Scientifically, these are called ologies, studies. Ontology, epistemology, axiology. Ology means study. Ontos means being. Ontology means study of the being. Epistemology. Epistem means the source of knowledge. So therefore, study of the source of knowledge is called epistemology. Axiology. What is the benefit of all of this stuff? This is axiology. So, brothers and sisters, we are not studying Hindu religion here. Aruna Prashna is not studying religion. Rudra Prashna is not studying religion. Purusha Suktam is not studying religion. Therefore, these mantras are beyond the context and applicable to every single being that is animate and inanimate in the mother nature, then truly you will begin to understand the being. The audio is cutting off. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's buzzing sometimes. It's buzzing a bit.
It's buzzing. I have to figure out if. Is it still like that?
No.
Clear to us. I mean, to me.
No, yeah.
Sairam? Is it better? Or maybe it's the Shruti that is stripping it? Now it's better?
Yeah, no, it's better.
Even better?
Yes.
Okay.
Even better.
Yeah, that's my Shruti box. Okay. For some reason, I don't have audio and can't hear Shekharji. Oh, somebody posted at 7:02. Okay, so I won't repeat whatever I said. Maybe it's not to be heard.
Hear it, Sajid.
Maybe it's not to be heard.
YouTube is there anyway.
Even in the YouTube, if the audio here is not good, the YouTube audio won't be better, right?
No,
Okay.
it's still buzzing a bit. It's still buzzing occasionally. I think maybe disconnect and connect some mic.
No, this is Somo now. For me, it's okay. Now I'm not sure.
Yeah, for us it's okay, Shama.
For me
Oh,
also,
it's okay?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
perfect.
it must be just mine. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Is this better or not better? Is this
It's
better?
better, brother.
Much
It's
better.
fine. Yeah.
It is good.
No, now, is this better than before?
Yes.
Yes.
That is strange.
even with the Shruti box, it's sounding clear, Shekharji.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's mine. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how about now?
It's good.
This is better than the
It
previous
is good.
This is good. Yeah.
This was the original setting.
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Just, leave it as it is.
Okay. Okay. Where was I?
Epistemology.
All the ologies.
Yes. So therefore, what I was trying to say is this, the quest with respect to these study of the Vedic hymns or the Veda study. Therefore, it's called Veda study, not any other name. And that study is about your own aspect of being, knowing, and what is the outcome of being and knowing. Being is ontology, study of being is ontology, study of knowing is epistemology, study of what is outcome of that is called axiology. Since simply put in Sanskritam words that would please the purists, it's about Sat Chit Ananda. But why I don't use those words is because the moment you use those words, this mind which is programmed of listening to things assumes that it already knows, and therefore it will move away from it. So the incredible sadhana is, do not look at the same thing in so many different ways so that that concept becomes a percept. That is the reason the same substance, Ekam Sat, is expounded by so many different names and so many different ways, so that wherever this mind goes, it can't escape it. Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. That's what the mind is supposed to be doing. Huh? That's the function of the mind. It's a good thing to have a mind. But it is also The same mind can take you in so many different directions, and every time it looks at something different, it thinks that, oh, this is different. Oh, that is different. The moment you say, wherever you look, it is the same thing, then what will it do? It will stop looking. It will stop looking. Means it will stop searching. And the moment it stops searching, what happens? There is no thought. When there is no thought, what happens? You will actually listen to what you need to listen to. Dirghashruttamo bhavati. Dirghashruttamo bhavati. You will be listening to that which need to be heard and that which is the most supreme to be heard. And therefore it's called the Om. All of this is Dakshinamurti Stotram. Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishtante Rishiganaihi Vasad Rishiganaihi. So all this aspect of Mauna Vyakhya is about in that complete silence where there is no thought that is occurring, total transmission of knowledge happens in a manner you cannot even imagine, with that speed and with that perfection, without any aberration. Why there is aberration? When a light ray goes from air into water, there is what's called diffraction, refraction. So one media to another media. So the media creates the diffraction of the light ray. Change in media. Supposing there is no media. And look at how the sun's rays fall on the earth with complete synchronicity. Traveling millions and millions of miles. That's the essence of Mauna Vyakhya Aprakatita Parabrahma Tattvam. And now this Anuvakam, concluding that Anuvakam 8, again it is very, some themes are very beautifully repeated. And then it's like a real study where Aruna Prashna is truly an epistemology. Then the next mantra starts with describing the next Anuvaka goes into this next Anuvaka. The Anuvaka number 9 is all about manifestation of different beautiful forces in the cosmos. Therefore, there are 7 panchatis in this, but what we are broadly calling as mantra here. Each mantra is a panchati. A panchati is roughly about 10 lines with 50 words. And each of those 7 panchatis, they describe, not each of those, together, those 7 panchatis describe 8 forces of the fire, 11 forces of the wind, 11 celestial beings called Gandharvas, Vagdevi, 7 Marut Ganas who work in conjunction with lightning, 7 rain-cladded clouds that shower, dump rain on this universe, Parjanya, and Vishvedeva, the divine beings of the universe, and the great sages, 2 great sages that experienced all of this in their own awareness. They are the scientists. And these scientists described all these forces. They describe these scientists that describe these are not like the ones that are only describing the physicality of that. They are the ones that are explaining them as supreme being manifestation. So we start with the 8 names of the 8 Agnis. And now these names of the 8 Agnis are used. I will come to that later. Agnischa Jata Vedascha.
Agnischa Jatavedascha
Sahoja Ajira Prabhu
Sahoja Ajira Prabhu
Vaishvanaro Naryapascha
Vaishvanaro Naryapascha
Panktiradhascha Saptamaha
Panktiradhascha Saptamaha
Visarpevashtamogninam
Visarpevashtamogninam
Eteštau Vasavaha Kshita iti.
Eteštau Vasavaha Kshita iti.
Okay, let's now learn this mantra.
Mhm.
Om Agnischa Jatavedascha
Om Agnischa Jatavedascha Agnischa Jatavedascha
Sahoja Ajira Prabhu
Sahoja Ajira Prabhu Sahoja Ajira Prabhu
Vaishvanaro Naryapascha
Vaishvanaro Naryapascha Vaishvanaro Naryapascha
Panktiradhascha Saptamaha
Panktiradhascha Saptamaha Panktiradhascha Saptamaha
Visarpevashtamogninam
Visarpevashtamogninam Visarpevashtamogninam
Eteštau Vasavaha Kshita iti.
Eteštau Vasavaha Kshita iti Eteštau Vasavaha Kshita iti
Agnischa Jatavedascha Sahoja Ajira Prabhu Vaishvanaro Naryapascha Panktiradhascha Saptamaha Visarpevashtamogninam Eteštau Vasavaha Kshita iti.
Om Agnischa Jatavedascha Sahoja Ajira Prabhu Vaishvanaro Naryapascha Panktiradhascha Saptamaha Visarpevashtamogninam Eteštau Vasavaha Kshita iti.
So the meaning of this is very self-explanatory. There are 8 names there. And those are given in the Pank. You look at the Padapata. Agnihi cha is also Jatavedah cha, also Sahoja, Ajirah Prabhu is Ajira Prabhu is one. It's not two, but for understanding, I think they put it like that. We put it like that, but Ajira Prabhu is one name. Agni, Jataveda, Sahoja, Ajira Prabhu, Vaishwanara, Naryapa, Panktiradha, Saptama. 8, no? Did I count 8? Yes. Count. Say the words now. Don't. The Ajira Prabhu should be one word.
Hmm.
Then if it is one word, then it is Agni, Jataveda, Sahoja, Ajira Prabhu, Vaishwanara, Naryapa, Panktiradha, Visarpi. Panktiradha cha Saptamaha. That means Panktiradha is the 7th. Visarpi va Ashtamaha. Visarpi is the 8th. So that is the exactly the count of the 8 Agnis. When we do the Homa, for those of you who attended the Atirudra Mahayajna, there are 3 levels of steps of the Homa Kunda. The top level is where these Agnis are invoked. On the east, Agnaye Namaha, Jatavedase Namaha, Sahojase Namaha, Ajira Prabhave Namaha, Vaishwanaraya Namaha, Naryapaya Namaha, Panktiradhaya Namaha, Visarpine Namaha. Those are the 8 that are in 8 corners of the Homa, on the 8 directions of the Homa Kunda. East Agni, southwest Jataveda, southeast Jataveda, south Sahoja, Ajira Prabhu on southwest, west is Vaishwanara, northwest is Naryapa, north is Panktiradha, Visarpi on the northeast. That's how they worship. Those are the 8 names. Okay. Eteshtau, these 8, Kshita Vasavaha iti. They exist for sustenance and nourishment of the cosmos. That's it. We'll go to the next one. You want to go to the next one? You don't want to know what these mean? So what? 8 Agnis. So what? How do they help me? How do I relate to them? Now, that kind of thing doesn't happen. For that, you have to pay attention to the Shabda and the Artha. And with the grace of Bhagavan, then it will help you go inside. In essence, what these 8 names are representing is diverse manifestation and functions of this thing called fire, which results in purification, knowledge, sustenance, protection, expansion, etc. So at the inner level, they correspond to different facets of spiritual energy of the fire that guides one towards self-realization and cosmic harmony. Inside, outside, always have to be. In fact, there is no outside, like we said, that we talked about yesterday. Vishwan Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nija Antargatam Pashyan Atmani Mayaya Bahirivod Bhutam Yatha Nidraya Yas Sakshat Kurite Prabodha Samaye Swatmanameva Dvayam Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namayidam Shri Dakshina Murtaye. Bhagavan's will, at some point after getting into the study of these hymns, we'll get to Dakshinamurti Stotram. That's the essence of all Upanishads, everything he has put in there. So Agni means, yesterday we already talked about, one of the meanings of the Agni is the leader, the basic substratum purifying energy. Jata Veda. Jata Veda. Where does the word Jata Veda come?
Durga.
Suktam.
Only Durga Suktam.
Shri Suktam also.
Where in Sri Suktam?
Jata Veda. Ma'avaha.
Yeah.
Durga
Huh? What? Purusha Suktam. Who said? Sri Suktam, Purusha Suktam. Those are easy answers. Where else they come? Where else the word Jata Veda come? This is for advanced people.
Yeah, I think in Mahanya also.
Very good. What mantras?
That's where I'm.
That's the next level of advancement. Jata Veda yadiva pavakosi Vaishvanaro yadiva Vaidyutosi.
16 Agnis.
So what does this Jata Veda mean? Veda means knowledge. Jata means birth. Awareness of your own birth and the purpose and intent of your birth. Knowing that is called Jata Veda. Other than that, we pursue everything. No. Hello. We really don't want to know why we have come onto this earth. What's the purpose of my existence? So Jata Veda can also be interpreted as the all-knowing witness or the knower of the existence. So this leads to what we call as fire of knowledge. It leads to a quest. It leads to a quest. Then that leads to Sahoja. Sahojas. Sahaha. Ojas. What is Ojas? I already described all the names, meaning no. What is Ojas?
Effulgence.
Anybody else?
It's the essence of.
Splendor.
Where does the word Ojas come?
And Swami's Arati, and also you explained in Arunam Prashna itself. Some,
Surya.
Aruna Prashna. Where else it comes?
Omkara Rupa Ojasvi.
That is Swami Sarthi. Yes, you already said that.
Rudram.
Where in Rudram?
Ojaschame.
Okay. In Chamakam. Where in Chamakam?
In first and first.
Third one.
Third Anuvakam. Yes, correct. Shanchame Mayaschame Priyanchame Nukavaschame. Where else it comes? Shravan Masam, nobody is doing Lalita Sahasranama Parayanam. I already gave the clue. Lalita Sahasranamam. Where else come? What is the word in Lalita Sahasram?
Ojas Tejo Dyutidara.
Excuse me, that is not Lalita Sahasranamam. Whoever has said that.
That is Vishnu Sahasranam.
Okay. Don't confuse a man with a woman. Yeah, okay.
Ojovati
Yeah. Ojovati Dyutidhara Yajna Rupa Priyavrata. Ojovati Dyutidhara. Exactly the same is repeated in Vishnu Sahasram. Ojas Tejo Dyutidhara Prakashatma Pratapanaha. Ruddha Spashtaksharo Mantraschandramshur Bhaskara Jyutihi. And now you see now why learning those mantras is useful, because immediately the mind will go to that reference point. Oh, where did I hear this? What did I understand it at? See now, mind cannot escape. That's what I was trying to tell before. Every time it hears a sound, here it is Sahoja. And then somewhere it comes Ojas. Somewhere it comes Ojovati. Somewhere it comes Ojaha. Somewhere it comes Ojashvi. They're all pointing to the same thing. So therefore, what does it mean? You're all communicating through silence. It's like Dakshinamurti. Huh? Ojas is the inner radiance, the inner fire. Ojaha, Sahojaha, that which is the inner radiance. Ajira Prabhu. Ajira Prabhu. Prabhu actually means the protector. Prabhu also means the Lord. Lord is the protector. Ajira Prabhu. That the master agility, the ever energetic, disciplined, controlled aspect of that inner energy. It is agile. It moves. It moves with agility. Now look at the fires in Arizona, you will know. 100 million acres burning like crazy. That agility is incredible. Ajira Prabhu, Vaishwanara. Who is Vaishwanara?
The fire in the stomach.
Stomach. What if they don't have the stomach? Like an insect. Yes, that's correct. What is the fire in the stomach? That is the fire in every being that is responsible for consumption of what is consumed. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninan Dehamasritaha. That is Vaishwanara. Naryapa, the protector of the being. Pantiradha. Pantiradha. Pantiradha is the transformative energy that is manifest through number of actions. Panti means series. Pankti means series. Radha, Pantiradha, Aradhana. That is the spiritual power attained through series of spiritual actions. Pantiradha. That is the seventh. Visarpi means the one who is diffusing all-pervading spiritual consciousness that is diffused through the whole nature. Now you see, the fires are inside. Not the fire that is worshipped, just worshipped outside. These, why do they exist? Ete stauh, ete ashtauh, ete ashtauh. What do they say? Vasavaha Shita iti, ete ashtau, these 8, Shita iti, exist thereby, Vasavaha, to nourish and sustain the cosmos and the being. Agnischa jata vedascha sahoja ajira prabhu Vaishwanaro naryapascha Panktiradhascha saptamaha Visarpevashtamogninam eteshtau vasavaha Ksheta iti. There is the description of the iti. Whenever there is iti, that concept is closed. Then the next aspect, why do they exist? What is the purpose of their existence? See now, ontology, epistemology, axiology. You think I used those words just like that? In Aruna Prashna, it's exactly like that. It's an incredible way of studying something, which the modern education is rubbish, nonsense. It doesn't take the mind and inspire the mind to go into this level of depth of study. Only Veda study does that. No other scripture, I am telling you, this is not because I am some Hindu fanatic or something like that. This is the truth. And the truth that is declared by Bhagavan himself, that there is no study like Veda study. Why? Because it is so systematic. You talk about a being, then you understand what is the source or existence about that being. Then so what? Why does it exist? What is the benefit of it? So, yathartveva. Okay, now please repeat. Yathartveva gnerarchirvarna vishesha. Try that, Shyama.
Yathartveva
Yathartveva gnerarchirvarna vishesha.
Yathartvevagnerarchirvarnavisheshaah.
Neelarschischa pitakarschishcheti.
Neelarchischa pitakarchischeti.
Excellent. Now let's yathartvevagnerarchirvarna vishesha.
Yathartvevagnerarchirvarnavisheshaah. Om Yathartvevagnerarchirvarnavisheshaah.
Neelarchischa pitaka archischeti.
Neelarchischa pitakaarchischeti. Neelarchischa pitakaarchischeti.
Yathartvevagnerarchirvarna vishesha. Neelarchischa pitaka archischeti.
Yathartvevagnerarchirvarnavisheshaah. Neelarchischa pitakaarchischeti.
Yatha rutu eva. Yathartu, that has to be split into two. Yatha rutu, there should be a gap there. Yatha rutu eva agnehe archihi varna vishesha. That becomes one single word with sandhis. Yathartvevagnerarchirvarna vishesha. We covered everything now. Yatha rutu eva agnehe archihi varna vishesha. Neelarchihi cha pitakarchihi cha iti. So what is the purpose of these fires? Why do they exist? Axiology. Therefore it is saying yatha, then neelarchihi. Archi means flame. Neelarchi means blue flame. Also pitakarchihi means yellow flame. Archi varna vishesha. Archi means flame. Archi varna visheshah. These different colors of the flames, of which agnehe, of this fire, yatha rutu eva iti. Just like those 6 seasons with different colors exist, these also exist for the same purpose. Connection to the Rutu Mandalam. Hello. Are you all connecting? Sita, ఇంత సీరియస్గా చూడకు, టెక్స్ట్ వంక. యథా ఋతు ఏవ అగ్నేః, జస్ట్ అర్చిః, అగ్నేః అర్చిః యథా ఋతు ఏవ. These flames of the Agni are just like those Rutus. What do those Rutus have? They have different colors. And what are those colors spanning? Neelarchihi, Pitakarchihi are two examples of a blue flame and a yellow flame. So why do these fires exist in this different thing? Just to sustain the universe, just like the Rutus do. And what is the point of those colors and connecting? Each color has a specific temperature. See, I'm a science guy, no? When we were in intermediate or whatever, when we were studying the 11th, 12th grades, we were taught about this called Bunsen burner. Have you heard about Bunsen burner? Huh? Hello, have you heard about Bunsen burner? Oh, then nowadays, and there is no burning, there is no fire in students. How can they hear about Bunsen burner? Bunsen burner is what we are taught as the first chemistry student. When you go into a laboratory, you are taught how to use the Bunsen burner. And this Bunsen burner has two flames associated with it. Neelarchihi, Pitakarchihi. Yellow flame and blue flame. So the color of the Bunsen burner flame is a direct result of the combustion process. And that combustion process is influenced by the mixture of the air and the fuel. Now, I'm describing all this so that you can connect to this Bunsen burner within you. There is a Bunsen burner within you. And this Bunsen burner's color and the heat can be modulated by opening the hole in the bottom of the Bunsen burner. If you open to full air and as you modulate the air flow with the gas flow, the intensity of the flame, the temperature of the flame, the color of the flame, all of them will change. Arey sa kya yaar, what is all this? Incredible, huh? We are all thinking this Aruna Prishna is like learning some mantra, doing Surya Namaskaram, getting up and getting down all the time. It is teaching the whole cosmology, how the fires exist as a combination of different colors and temperature mediated by the mixture of the air and the fuel that is required for the sustenance and maintenance of the universe and the cosmos, both within you and outside of you. Neelarchischa Pitakarchischeti, opening the air hole of the Bunsen burner allows more oxygen to come in, and it leads to complete combustion and a blue flame. With more oxygen coming, the flame will turn blue into color, and that blue color is much hotter, and that is required for heating tasks. So when we were doing the experiments with different fluids, in order to do the brown ring test and this test and that, I mean, it takes big nostalgia. It takes me back to my memory lane when we used to play with the Bunsen burner. We were taught, see, science therefore is not different from spirituality. In fact, if you are a great scientist, you will be a great spiritual person. A great spiritual person is always a great scientist. Undoubtedly, if you are a super scientist, you have much likely better chances of becoming a super spiritual person. Not guaranteed. But if you are a super spiritual person, naturally you are a scientist. Because what would a spiritual person do? A spiritual person is always studying the inside and how it's related to the outside. That's what a spiritual person does. Nothing different. A spiritual person, when they ignore the outside world and they focus only on themselves, they're not spiritual people, they're selfish people. So therefore, what happens? There is always expansion happening with the spiritual person. The spiritual person is constantly expanding the center of awareness from within this body and mind to the center of the universe. As that is happening, automatically you have to study the creation. So the Bunsen burner, Nilar Chischa Pitakar Chischeti. This is tapas, brothers and sisters. It's penance. This is the actual tapas. This is the actual sadhana. Sadhana is not sitting for hours and hours and just doing meditation and all of that stuff. The real sadhana is in whatever you see, whatever you feel. Do you connect your inner being with that? So that is Nilar Chishcha, Pitakar Chischeti, the roaring blue flame with the air hole fully open is for a lot of heat. And if as you close the hole of the bottom hole of the Bunsen burner, the flames turns yellowish in color. And that yellowish color is much more cooler, and it also causes soot on the surface of the vessel. A cooking process. I don't know cooking. I only was a scientist, no cooking business. But that's how you modulate the flame for cooking also. Similarly, the seasons exist with these different colors, modulated by the combination of the air and the fire and so much more. And that is the purpose of these fires existing. Ete shtauh vasavaha shita iti. And the next two lines we will just complete, and then we will only study the details of them in the next class, which is going to be next Sunday. What's happening next Saturday? What's happening next Saturday?
Ekadash Rudram. Ekadash.
Means something is happening and we are not part of it, right? Is Phoenix joining? The one who opened the mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done it.
The rest are silent, like Chandrasekhar Hari is silent, huh? Because they don't want to hire Chandrasekhar Hari. What happened to Northeast, Southeast? They're all sleeping.
Yeah, signed up Anna.
Okay, very good. What about Northeast? Or jump over Chandrasekhar Hari, I thought I saw him. I thought I saw him on the class. Okay. Maybe he limited bandwidth. Okay. What about South Bay? No presence. East Bay? No presence. Please, all of you guys, Lakshmi Vyakaran, whoever is in Boston, please bring them together, ma, so that they can practice Ekadash Rudram together.
I'll try, definitely. Yes.
Just let them know, hey, there is this Ekadash Rudrabhishekam happening. We can all come together and chant as part of the sadhana. Yes?
Yes, I will. Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry to push you guys like this. The combustion is right now very low. So the flame is yellow in color and it suits the body and the mind. When you allow this combustion to come in, more air force comes in, everything will burn in this heat of the beautiful fire. Atha vayorekadasha purushasyaikadasha strikasya.
Atha vayorekadasha purushasyaikadasha strikasya.
Prabhrajamana vyavadataha.
Prabhrajamana vyavadataha.
Atha, whenever there is atha used, that means after the previous one, now we get into the next concept is laid out. What is this? Okay, let's chant this. अथवायोरेकादश पुरुषस्यैकादश स्त्रीकस्य
अथवा योरेकादश पुरुषस्यैकादश स्त्रीकस्य ॐ अथवा योरेकादश पुरुषस्यैकादश स्त्रीकस्य.
Excellent. You said all of that in one breath. It's a very good breathing exercise. These long mantras. And in fact, there is no break at all. It's one single word you have to chant. After atha. Atha vayorekadasha purushasyaikadasha strikasya prabhrajamana vyavadataha.
प्रभ्राजमाना व्यवदाताः प्रभ्राजमानां व्यवदाताः.
अथ वायोः एकादश पुरुषः अस्य एकादश स्त्रीकस्य. Very evident mantram, very simple mantram. Thereafter, now we will get into the Ekadasha. 11 male Purushasya, 11 female Strikasya, 11 male and 11 female forms of Vayuhu, the wind. Vayuhu, the wind. So there are 11 male forms and 11 female forms, the consorts, the mirror images of 11 Vayus, and the first two are mentioned in this mantra, Prabhrajamanah Vyavadatah. Prabhrajamana, Vyavadata are the first two names. What are the other names? We will study in the next class on next Sunday, and their inner meaning as how they are manifested within us. Yadakshara pada bhrashtam shyama.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते. विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर. अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर. अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर. हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु.
Okay, so then the Ekadas Rudram is 9:30 East Coast time. Why it is important for group to come and chant? I posted a video in the Veda study, and always remember that you as an individual, your sadhana, it will take zillions of years as an individual. If you are a droplet of water, and your ultimate destiny for every drop of water is to go into the ocean that's falling from the sky. So imagine if you have not been blessed to fall into a flowing river like a Ganges, and you fall in a desert, there is no way you will reach the ocean, because you will immediately evaporate and go back to the top again. And then you have to keep coming, you have to keep falling. And the only chance, the better chance you have in going into the ocean, is a very beautiful thing described by in Siva Mahimna Stotram. And that's what Swami Vivekananda quoted in Chicago in the Parliament of Religions, that just like all the rivers flow to merge in this beautiful ocean. All the faiths exist only to come together as rivers merging and going into the ocean. And that river which is flowing is Sanatana Dharma. And it will absolutely take you to the ocean. And also, what happens when you are part of this group chanting, what happens? Then you will know what scale you have to chant, what speed you have to chant, and how you have to connect to chanting, what is all the overall procedure of Abhishekam, everything you will understand. And then if you have to conduct it properly in your own places, now brothers and sisters have put together a document which I haven't had a time to review it, and I will review it and post it also, so that you will have a document you can follow through of what puja you are doing, how much effort and love is put together, not by one person, by group of selfless individuals that are committed to Veda study. That this cannot remain with one or two individuals or a group of individuals. We have to expand and connect and together. If we do not do that, the life's purpose is wasted. Let me assure you, until to the point you can expand and connect to everything in the universe, you will just remain as a finite consciousness. The only way is expansion. Therefore, Bhagavan has said, my life is my message. Expansion is my life. One, not chumma singing bhajans, F scale, G scale, all of that nonsense. Just you have to understand what is the meaning of what he said. Expansion is my life. Instead of expanding, we are contracting. We are contracting. We are contracting as individuals. We are contracting as groups. We are contracting as affiliations. We are contracting in the name of God as different faiths and religions. We have lost the purpose of what is expansion because our egos come in the way of this expansion. Our egos have stopped us expanding. Destroy that ego. No identity associated at all. Don't have any bloody identity. I am this, I am that. What is all this identity? It contracts you. Contraction is death. Expansion is life. My life is my message. Expansion is my life. Please expand. Don't contract. Whoever asks you to contract, quietly destroy them. Exist to connect globally. Global connectivity is the only resolve for this universe, for our self-realization, and for our own individual spiritual sadhana. So when I'm saying this so strongly, it is only with the quest and the love that do not allow for contraction to happen. We have to connect globally as a family. Sahana bhavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryankaravavahe, tejasvinavadhitamastu, ma vidvishavahe. Are there any questions after that very evangelistic disposal? They're all silent. Nobody wants to know anymore. Enough?
Oh, sir,
Hey,
also,
hey, what is this Santa? ¿Cómo está? Hey, where are you? You are in Santiago. Huh.
Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo. Good to see you. Yeah. Sai Ram. Sai Ram. Her name is Santa. We call her Santa. Okay. Sai Ram. Okay. Yes, somebody has a question?
Estuvo todo el tiempo con usted, Checa. Swami habló todo por usted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Somebody has a question?
Sarah Mokal, yeah, I was
I
just
was
wondering,
excited to see Shanta, the piece. Yeah. Okay, let's.
I was wondering about the format of Aruna, the Aruna Prashna, because Rudram is like a prayer Devi Mahatmyam is like a story, and then this, I was thinking at first, is it a conversation? But then it's not a conversation. It's like a, is it like a, like a, like a scientific paper? What is the type of? It seems
Yeah.
like it's like a research paper or something.
Yeah.
What is the?
So you have to first ask questions, then you have to answer the questions. The questions lead to more questions, and the quest never stops. Aruna Prashna is a methodology of teaching. It's how to teach. Kvedamabhrannivishate, kvayagam. How many questions are coming? And each of those questions become an aspect of study, and then that study leads to more questions. It's very beautiful study of the whole cosmos is Aruna Prashna. Whereas Rudra Prashna is a Brahmana, it's a teaching. There is no question answer piece. It is laid out. It is given exactly like that. Devi Mahatyam is more, it is not a Vedic this thing, but it is a Purana. Purana means what? It is Aitihasikam. That means it brings together stories to convey a specific meaning so that it's more appealing to nature, the mind, connecting through direct connection. All the three are necessary. Aruna Prashna is intellect. Devi Mahatyam is senses. Rudram is the source. Sairam. Yes.
Sairama,
Yes, ma. Yes, sir.
from yesterday, right? Just piggybacking on the witness aspect. I'm just curious that how by becoming the witness, the process, right? That we will not be associated with the non-virtuous actions. Is it because that by the process of that not getting attached to the outcome of those actions, we get into the nobility and the prosperity? I'm just trying to understand how does that happen. So that's one part. The second part is that so let's say that today I become the witness. Does it mean that all the previous actions that was not done in the witness conscious, will those actions be also get transformed, or I still need to experience because it would have created an impression, and I still have to undergo the consequences of those actions. So that's
So two questions.
two questions.
The second one is easier. What is post-transformation? And after post-transformation, what happens to all the actions and the consequences of the pre-transformation related one? That's the question, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And then the first question is asking about what is this deviating from path of nobility? And what is witness consciousness to do with deviating from the path of nobility? Is that the question?
Yeah. How that? What exactly happens the moment we become a witness? Does that mean that we don't attach to the outcome of any actions that is performed?
Okay, so the second question, first question are in a way related.
Okay.
Right? Am I understanding that right?
Yeah. So through that's trying to understand
the
process.
relationship between
Relationship.
I am the witness consciousness right now. I am the witness consciousness. What happened to all the actions that I have done before?
Correct. That's one.
Will they have the effect or not?
Yes.
Okay. And the second, the first part is the same as the second one, right? I'm still trying to understand your first question. Maybe let's take the second question first, because that's the most important thing. Am I relieved? Am I not relieved? Am I released? Am I not released after I become the witness consciousness? That's the question,
yes.
right?
Yes,
yeah.
that's the second part.
Okay. Yes. Now become a butterfly right now. You're born as an egg. You became a larva. The stages of are you a science student a little bit?
Yes, I can connect.
Okay, okay. So there is the egg, there is the caterpillar, it became a cocoon, and then it became a butterfly. That's the life stages of a butterfly. What's the difference between a cocoon and a butterfly? A cocoon, which is like it looks with the brown ugly thing in which this butterfly is still inside it, but it is bound. It's all caught up. And then this, from inside this butterfly comes out from that ugly thing. It comes out and then it flies away. What's the difference between a cocoon and a butterfly?
The previous one is limited with not ability to be a fly. The other one is free to fly.
Yeah. Once it became a butterfly, will it have any consequence of being in that cocoon?
No, it is out of the cocoon.
Okay. Or does it even care? Oh my God, I had such an ugly life. Let me go back and look at that ugly thing again I was in. I was all wound up in this mucus. Does it have any aspect of attachment to that ugly body and that self that was contained in that ugly body? And it was wound up and it was never free, but suddenly became this beautiful butterfly and it flew away. It's free.
Yeah, it would not care about the.
Did you get the answer to the question?
Yeah. Kind of, almost 99%, I guess.
But then the thing is, has the world around the cocoon and the butterfly changed?
Yeah, it's the same.
The cocoon was hanging on a leaf, on a twig of a tree, like an ugly. You have to observe nature. That's the reason why a scientist becomes a great spiritual person. That's the only outcome that a great scientist can have. That's the only outcome. Because if the mind is constantly in a quest, it will be studying the nature, but then the real spiritual scientist, how does it apply to me? How does that apply to this individual? So the moment you see this twig, and on the twig, this ugly, round, brown thing is hanging, and it has to struggle to come out of it. It cannot stay inside. That butterfly being in that cocoon, it cannot stay inside. It has to break all that mucus, all that bondage, expand its wings and fly off. The first wing is love, the second wing is service. Those are the two wings that you have to use to fly off from this cocoon. Then you are no longer limited to just a twig of a tree hanging like an ugly being. You have broken all of this stuff. And then you have become free. Nothing to do with what happened in this. Yes. Now, what's the first question? There's no question now.
No. How to become that witness?
This is the biggest problem we have. You are constantly asking, how do I become that? But what you forgot is, you are already that.
Oh, it's the same analogy that you gave. Yeah.
You are already that. You just got caught up and limited yourself to this, saying, I am bound, I am bound. Like the Dobi and the Gadhe story that I tell. The donkey and the washerman story. Yeah? You don't remember the donkey and the washerman story?
No, I remember only that fish and the ocean.
Okay. Yeah. So you see, the thing is, what we are thinking as surrender is not something, an action. It's a very foolish question to ask, how do I surrender? It's a foolish question because surrender is not an action. Surrender is a state of being. It's a state of existence. It's not an action. How do I surrender is a foolish question. If you ask that question, because surrender is not an action. So similarly, how do I become the witness? What do you mean? How do I become? You are the witness. But there is nothing called, that's your natural state. You are the witness. But you have, what has taken you away from being that witness? I already talked about in the class.
It's the limited individual ego which is taken away.
What has taken away from is the same thing that has also caused you to the bondage. And that's what is called the mind. And what is this mind? The mind is the one that identifies with an object. Without an object, the mind cannot exist. So if you drop the object, the mind doesn't exist. You understand? Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what it is saying, that separation of the mind from its natural state, which is the consciousness, that mind has separated away. That separation is what is called the sin. Yuyodhmasa juhuranam enaha. Ena means sin. So yuyodhi, release me. Release what? You are asking, release this mind that has deviated from itself. It has gone away from itself. Keep it coming back. Who has to keep it coming back? Who has to keep it coming back? See, now the question you are asking is, how do I bring it in that context? Who is that I you are referring to? How do I, we are asking the question, how do I become that witness consciousness? But the question is, how do I be that witness consciousness? So who is gone away? Who has to bring it back? Not the mind. The nature of the mind is to go out only. This consciousness has to pay attention to this mind. That is what's called witness. So you are witnessing, you are watching. So who is the I that is watching? Your supreme awareness is watching. This awareness of yours is watching. Watching what? To be aware, to be alert, to be aware, B-A-B-A. 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 B-A-B-A is the question. What has to be watching is this, your own, the witness is about everything is together, something moved away. And to be aware of what moved away and bring it back. That is what is called. There is no action, it is a state. Witnessing something is not an action. See, seeing is an action, but awareness is not an action. Am I making sense?
Yes.
So what is sin? Sin is separation from God. Sin is separation from God. Papaya parapidanam. This is very beautiful. I had an experience with Professor Anil Kumar just 1 month before he passed away, March 6th of 2024. April 6th is when he left his body. We were having this incredible long conversation. I was telling him about the yajna that's going to happen in South Africa. I was very happy. He said, hey, this is very beautiful, Ra. You have to bring everybody back to Swami. Let them not separate. Bring everybody back. Keep bringing them into this awareness. And then he said, once he was giving a discourse and he was translating Paropakaraya Punyaya Papaya Parapidanam, and then he translated help ever, hurt never. And then Swami told, no, that's not what it means. Paropakaraya Punyaya Papaya, all the side devotees should hear this. Maybe I should create a short on this. Paropakaraya punyaya papaya parapedanam, help our hurt never is not the translation. And he was shocked. What to translate now? That's not what I am saying, Professor Anil Kumar said. Para upakaraya punyaya, good, meritorious, virtuous action is para, ultimate, upakara, to take everybody into that Parabrahman. That is a virtuous action. Bringing everybody together into divine consciousness, those actions that lead everybody to be in the divine consciousness, that action is called virtuous action. That action will not bind you because it's nothing to do with yourself. It's about the divine supreme consciousness. And then he looked at Swami and Swami, this is very beautiful. What does it mean, papaya parapedanam? Then he said, para, that ultimate one, pedanam, to separate it into different things. That is papa, that is the non-virtuous action, that is the sin. To separate God in the name of different things, that is sin. There is no more sin greater than that. Papaya para pedanam. That's not hurt never. That is now if you understand this, now what is he saying? It's very profound. Non-virtuous actions is seeing the one ultimate Brahman as different things and separating that one thing into many things in the name of God. That is the highest sin that we commit. Like Shiva is separate from Vishnu, Vishnu is separate from Ganapati, that is separate from this is separate, Jesus is separate, Allah is separate, Mullah is separate, Rabbi is separate. All this nonsense that we do in the name of God and splitting it into different things, that is the most non-virtuous action. For that there will be a consequence. For that nobody can escape that consequence. So therefore, what do we do as individual sadhana? That is where Sandhya Vandanam comes into picture. And this Sandhya Vandanam is not just about only a few guys called Brahmins doing it. Kshatriyas do it, Vaishyas do it. Everybody has the thing to do the Sandhya Vandanam. Everybody has access to Gayatri Mantra. It is not even limited to a gender. Even women can do Sandhya. 100%. Because the mantras there, what they're talking about, Suryascha Manyascha Manyupatayascha Manyukrutebhyaha. What we are doing, all this action, Vacham Padbhyam Udarena Sishna, for the sake of in speech, for my stomach, for my entertainment, for whatever are the reasons I have separated myself from you, because that separation is the ultimate sin. Therefore, I am invoking back so that I am now one with you, and you're doing it 3 times a day. So I understand that is what is the essence of what is a non-virtuous action, what is a virtue. That's the fundamental definition of a virtuous action, non-virtuous action. So what happened to all those things that happened to me that I did previously when I was not the witness consciousness is a wrong thing to ask. You are naturally the witness consciousness. So once you are that witness consciousness, everything that has happened, what happened? All the seeds got burnt in the fire. So they will not sprout again. Duritat agnihi, tam agnivarnam, tapasajvalantim, vairochanim, karma phaleshu jushtam, durgan devim, sharanam aham prapajye. Sutarasi tarase nama. This Durga Suktam is a very beautiful way of what happens to Durita. All the Durita, whatever actions that have been done in separatedness from the divine, those, when they are not put into the fire, they will sprout again. But once you put into this fire of wisdom, the jnana, they will be burnt and they will not sprout again. That is the essence of Durga Suktam. Durita, mama upata samasta durita kshayadvara Sri Paramesh, what is all this Sankalpam we are saying? That is Durita. They won't get burnt. Okay, they will get burnt and they will not sprout again. Jai Sai Ram. I hope that is a very
Yes.
long answer.
No, very, very nice, Anna. And in fact, it also connects to the way how in Devi Mahatmyam, Shumba was separating, and finally Devi herself proclaims that she's the only one. So, kind of.
Yeah. Yesterday's thought for the day, I was reading Swami's thought for the day, where he beautifully talks about this whole thing called Kulabhimanam. Oh, this even today's thought for the day is about in the world, the good takes birth from the bad. Without the bad, the good cannot exist. For example, when you nurture a desire, there is an accompanying dissatisfaction which prods you to seek the desire. Man's life is a series of desires and disappointments, asha and nirasha, sankalpas and vikalpas, resolves and doubts, samyoga and viyoga, union and separation. When our sages were asked about the nature of the world, they described it as a vast union, a vast ocean of union and separation. While swimming in this ocean, we encounter the gems of troubles and sorrows. Only when we face the obstacles can we attain a divine state. If you are frightened at every step, if you do not proceed forward, life is wasted. Life is full of hurdles. Sorrow and troubles alone lend value to life. Kashte phali. Worthwhile results are obtained only through difficulties in this world. Everything can be attained with sadhana. Sadhana means transforming bad into good, sorrow into joy. Mind is important in this pursuit, divine discourse. That's a very beautiful. This is even more about man's life is like a garland with birth at one end and death at the other. Between the two ends are stung together flowers of all kinds, troubles, worries, joys, sorrows, and dreams. That's what he's talking about life. All of this, if you are just the thread itself, have no consequence. Adhara sarvabhutanam pushpahasaf prajagraha. Adhara, that the Vishnu Sahasranam it comes. Adharam aite adharam అయిపోతాం. అదే తెలుగు. ఆధారం ఆధారం. Only difference is da and dha in that entire sentence. Dharam means thread, dharam means source, sustenance. If you become the thread, what flowers are strung in you, it doesn't matter to you. But without that thread, there is no garland. So be the thread. People can use it to strung different things. Life will come and strung different. It's beautiful. Huh? Without different flowers, neelarchischa, petakarchischeti. Different colors have to be there. Otherwise, the garland won't look beautiful. Jai Sai Ram. Okay. Om Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai